Hi, welcome to my Chinesium rear diff rebuild. It's off my quad bike and it was dripping oil. Well, it was pouring it out, to be quite honest with you, after I did a thrashing over the Rambler. So I'm just going to show you what we've been up against with what the Chinese have done. Okay, so as I've already rebuilt all this side. It was all loose. I changed all the bearings while I was at it. It's had new seals, new bearings, and a new O-ring in there. And we've had to put a new bolt in. Actually, we've had to tap this. It's on the wong slightly, but it looks as if they've been helicoiled sometime in the life. So the Chinese have put a bearing in there, and they've sort of welded it fully. So there is actually no way on this God's earth you could get that bearing out without, yep, you guessed, grinding all that off very carefully, tapping it off so you can put a new bearing. However, on the good side, it's sweet. So that's made my day. So on this side, we've got an oil seal and a roller bearing in here. A cage bearing, is it they call them? Needle bearing. Yeah, all the way around. And that has actually, it sounds a bit rough, but for the sake of that, I'm going to pop that out, and we'll clean it up and we'll have a look. Maybe we just got to get a seal. I want to check the tolerance in it, but I can feel it's a bit wobbledy-woo. But we'll take that out and we'll have a look. Very bad design that. So we've managed to get the seal out, and also the needle bearing. Yeah, it's not very good. So are we going to see if Mr. Bearing Man has that part number there? You can't see it, these phones are not very good. You'd have thought that would have been a sleeve. Now if that would have been a sleeve, we could have probably smashed that all the way through. Sorry, pressed it all the way through to replace it, but no, it's I thought it was, but to be quite honest with you, it's as smooth as they come. So we're going to go and see Mr. Bearing Man, get one of those, get a seal. Also, we've got the O-ring to go in there, so that's all got to be cleaned up. And a bearing, a large bearing, and another oil seal for that. This is where it was leaking here. But that sounds beautiful, that does now. I'll get these parts and then we'll get back together. So we got the hub drive out. Obviously we're not taking that bearing out. That bearing is fine, as I says before, perfect. Obviously it's not took a lot of weight. The main weight was where the needle roller went into. Now this needle roller it's no good. Anyway, I've managed to find a better quality, obviously not Chinese, roll needle bearing. With a bonus, it's got more needles in, for one, and also it's got a groove in the middle for an oil hole, so as when the diff oil gets in there, that should last a lot longer. It'll probably last longer than the rest of the bike, to be quite honest with you, but it's just a point. Now we're going to knock that in there, or press should I say, I haven't been able to find a socket good enough for that, so I've made a little drift on my lathe to put the needle a roller in nicely, and to get that pressed into there so as it doesn't do any damage. So as we're going to put the bearing in there, and that's that part done, then I'm happy with that. I'm well pleased with it. So we've had a problem locating the larger bearing, because I'd obviously ordered mirror image for the other side and then realised it was bigger. Schoolboy error, should I say. So I'm going to get that in there now, sorted, get the bearing, put the other side in, then we can get it all assembled, and then that's ready to go back into the quad. Okay, we've fitted the new bearing and seal. Beautiful fit. Now I'm just going to fit the O-ring, but I've put a bit of blue hematite in there. I'll let that go off, and then we'll fit the new O-ring. So as the seals, the O-rings held firmly in place now. We've cleaned up all the bolts, which they're going to be lock nutted in, or whatever you call it, Loctited in, as there was before, stop and vibrating loose. So as we'll get this mounted up now. So we got a slight difference between the seal. As you can see with the blue seal, it's slightly stepped. I could not get anything like this. There's no step on this. So what we've had to do, we've put I don't know whether you can see it, we've put a very, very slight taper all the way around there and a bit of grease, and that should just fight that push on, and it should be quite a good seal. Sometimes you have to improvise when you can't get the set parts. Now we're running out of time to get this done and on the van, to get to Spain, to get it on the quad. So hopefully that should go on now. So as the answer to that question was no. The oil seal there, what was provided with me, has just got no chance. Why on earth did I try that for? I do not know. So I was off on our journey to get this seal to fit that. Not happy with the bloke who supplied me with that. Don't know why he thought that it was the right seal for the job. But I don't think I'll be using them again. Where I got the bearing from for this, it's quite local, so I'm just going to go and get a seal off them now. Get that done. Okay, we have got a new seal. So this now will all fit in here. Beautiful. So that's everything done now, sorted. The diff's fully rebuilt. I've had some nice cap head screws, Allen head screws for here. All the teeth on here are more or less perfect. There's no big bits knocked out of them. There's a slight little bits where something's munched in there, but it sounds really nice. I cannot fault this. I mean, I'm not slagging the Chinese off or anything, but some of the parts what they use are just substandard. But you can always improve on anything from China. I brought a lot of Chinese stuff in my time, and in all fairness, once you've had it broken and repaired it using better parts, there shouldn't be a problem with it at all. Now this will last longer than the engine. That's probably going to be the next thing I'm going to be sorting out, is the engine, but it's still going strong, touch wood. So I'm going to put some bearing, some thread lock on here now, and start rebuilding all this then, and then we'll just bag the ends, put it in a nice bag. I can chuck that on the van then, and let's get it to Spain. Welcome to Spain. So we've got the rear axle all ready for the quad. I'm just going to flip the camera around now and just show you a few bodges what's been done over the year. I've rectified some of them. Most of them will be okay. I've added some strengtheners on the rear of the swing arm. I'm just going to show you now where we are. Right, so my axle's all done, ready to go in. We're going to try and get a few links out the chain as well. Probably could do with a new chain. I might do a new chain. It doesn't seem too bad, to be honest with you. So we've welded these strengthening plates on the back. It had broken off through there some time in its life, so that was bodged up. So I thought, well, I'll stick a bit more plate on there to do that. And obviously this had ripped all off as well. So as apart from that, it's not too bad. We've put a bit of a strengthening bar at the back, but what I've got to try and do later on is come off here because I want a tow bar on the back, so there'll be a bit more beefing up to do. Now then, the chain tensioners which fit on the bike. Now look at these here. These have been homemade, bodged. Not sure whether that's the original, just broke off and re-welded. It probably is. So I'm going to go down to the local hardware stores, about 35-40 minutes drive, and see if I can find something substantial to make 2 new ones of them. Now, they was sticking out quite a bit as well, which there's no need for that, even on full chain stretch. You know, it's just no need for that. So they'll be shorter by 50 or 60 mil, and then what we're going to do is going to push it right back and see if we can take a link out the chain. If I can't take a link out the chain, I should buy a new chain if it doesn't work, if it feels too tight. But that's the plan anyway. So let's see what we can find to make some new ones of those, and then we can start getting this diff in. Right then, we've made the chain adjusters a bit better than the old what they made here, so those can go in the bin. I've also found some nice stainless steel washers. I've just had to re-drill them to the size. Let's get the axle in and the diff filled up with oil. Okay, this just about wraps it up now. The axle's fitted, differential's fine, it's sweet as a nut. There's just a little bit of brake bind on there, but that's not a problem. I ended up fitting a new chain while I was here. No point in putting X-ring on it, so as this is an heavy-duty chain, it's probably made in China as well. Yeah, Thailand. So, but thanks for watching this small part of the Chinese Ayumento, I think it's called. Not sure, but I've fully done everything, done all the body work on it, painted it, new tyres, powder coated the wheels, oil change the engine. Touch wood, the engine don't blow no smoke out, don't make any uncanny noises. I've also fitted new front shock absorbers and a better air filter system on it, and I've also modified the rear so you can actually put 2 people on the quad itself. So this about conceals this part of the Chinesium quad bike. However, I'll be doing another part. I want to tow a trailer, so I'm going to make a bit of a tow hitch for the rear. I've been and got some parts today from a Ferretta ironmonger. So what we're going to do there is there's a guy in the next village. He's got a trailer. So look out for part 2 on the towbar and trailer. But thank you for watching. You'll find quite a few interesting things over the next year, months or whenever, what I'm doing. But please subscribe. It don't cost nothing to subscribe. It helps me keep this thing going. But I'm not making money out of it anyway. It's not the purpose of making money. But yeah, like I said, thanks for watching, and this ends this episode. Bye. Have a good day.